Hi, I have a granddaughter, so I must be an old man. Fairly frequently, people ask me my age, and they don't tell me their age and still ask, how long do you think we can dive? For young men, this is a very silly question, they think, but eventually the time comes when you have to worry about. So I have summarized some age-related scuba diving issue, and I named it Old Man and the Sea. Do you remember the book? So to talk about that, what is age and aged? Also, how often should we get medical exam? Not just as an old man, maybe as a diver, the same principle applies. There is some physical fitness and general health issue, and to promote that, we need some regular exercise. So finally, is there any age limit? What do you think? So I will go from age thing. In Korea, from age 65, we get free subway, a pretty good discount on buses, and even movies. So being 65, it should mean old man in Korea. In Philippines, as far as I know, it is 60. But as a doctor, in medical view, I think age of 45 is the border of being okay young and probably not okay old. So this is a t-shirt I found on a website. It says, never underestimate an old man who loves scuba diving. Well, maybe sooner or later I'll get into this age category. It's about medical exam. It's doctors usually say, as a diver, it's recommended to take medical exam at least once every year. What about as for aged, let's say 65? Still the same principle applies. I don't really feel it is necessary to take 2 exams every year, because they know how they feel, they know if there's any problem, and regular exam is also important, as well as random exam whenever you feel you have any problem. So about the medical exam, its principle is once a year. About fitness and general health, everybody really need to stay fit for diving. About the blood pressure, maybe 120/80, whether you take hypertensive medicine or not. And blood sugar should remain lower than 100. Maybe 10 to 20% right after meal is acceptable. So there are other vital signs. If there is any abrupt change in pulse, maybe in body temperature as well, if there is anything wrong with your body and it comes very abruptly, then you really need to take some medical exam. So the best exercise for people, aged or not, and doing scuba diving should be aerobic exercises, walking. It's okay to walk on the plane, looking at the scenery, but still treadmill serves as well, because you can control your time, you can control the fastest speed. So I would rather recommend the treadmill. Swimming certainly is the best exercise for scuba divers. For aged people, muscle exercise is very important. As you grow old, the muscles go atrophy. You will lose your strength. So if you go to the health gym and do some muscle exercises, that will certainly help you in very many different ways, particularly scuba diving as well. So for people, is there any age limit? I would say, shut up. There's absolutely no age limit. In the Guinness book, I'm not sure about this. I didn't really check it on the Guinness, but 103 years old, German lady dove. So I met Uncle Sam. He was an American living in San Diego, was born in Shanghai, China in 2018, and he was 82 at the time. I was actually very surprised because he was still doing almost all scheduled dives. I was taking underwater photography using a long fin and was moving underwater very arrogantly. For me, I thought, well, another 20 years, why not? I have a video on YouTube. I'm not sure if I put this in English, but in Korean I did, and one of the slides say in 1900 there was a German director named Mrs. Leni Riefenstahl. She started diving when she was 71. In 2002, on her 100-year birthday, she released the first underwater documentary called Impressionen unter Wasser. So it should be like underwater impression. Her representing work was A Triumph of the Will in 1934, and she suffered a little bit because she was a very close friend of Adolf Hitler. But still, 100 sounds very good. So today I talked a little bit about old man diving. So I named it like Old Man and the Sea. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you soon.